Hey guys, welcome back to the excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Um, aw, chat is saying I'm the best, and oh, I love them. Um, so from what I understand, I'm gonna click on the window so we get some sound here. Here we go. And I found this out through non-spoilery ways, i.e. just the optional achievement guide that I have. There are only 3 days, at least, for optional achievements. And then it tells you, like, that there are story ones. So, there are, like, 3 days and then, like, a final chapter. So, we're partway through day 2. So I actually made some pretty good progress. And that's all I know. Again, I don't really know like the puzzles or anything like that. I only have a guide for missable achievements. And I still need to go back and do that, like get all the Shakespeare ones wrong, but I'll worry about that later for now because I have. Okay, this is where we left off. Okay, so Mother Mildred is this way. I don't know if we want to go talk to her yet. If we want to see what the heck else is going on. Did I visit the brick? Is that what it was called? I did not because Smooth Criminal is here.
Hello, dear.
Good day.
All right, Thomasina.
He's a little more handsome than your average Bewley resident.
Eating happy little trees. Oh, I don't know about that one, Katie. I think we're all just kind of trying to get along. He is painting happy little trees though, or happy little rocks. Self-preservation. That's true.
I believe we've met.
Miss Thomasina Bateman, the famous antiquarian.
My reputation precedes me.
I can assure you it does.
And you are?
James.
Are you a painter?
You see this beck before you?
It is
Look at the
called beck.
water. See how it tumbles and falls. I seek one spot on which my eyes can rest. Be it a stone or a small corner of the current. I meet it with my gaze. And out of the tumbling and falling, a new land rises. I see a new world.
You certainly have the eloquence of an artist. What are you painting?
A new world.
He just told you.
Quite the ambition.
Indeed, my ambition knows no bounds.
Can I see it?
Not yet. It's not finished. Such a world is not complete without you in it.
You flatter me, James.
Nonsense. Say you'll let me paint you.
Bro, he's smooth as shit. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Magnificent. You shall be the shining star of my new world.
I don't really have the time now, though. Perhaps later?
Don't fret, my dear. When the time comes, I shall call on thee.
Capital. What do you know of Lord Panswick?
A fine gentleman. Now that is someone who commands respect.
Do you know him personally?
No, I don't think anyone can really claim that. But what a tiring subject. Shall we discuss something a little more exciting?
Oh, is your last name Panswick, James? Are you James Panswick? Are you the Lord Panswick? Or is he your father? I'm just throwing wild accusations out here, but like how I think Leonard Shoulder is in that fresh grave.
Do you know Leonard Shoulder?
A man of Bewley?
Yes.
I care not for the men of Bewley. Only for the visitors.
Okay.
Do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I'd like to know more about you, Thomasina. What time do you like to rise in the morning?
What?
How do you like your tea? What makes you happy?
All right, pump the brakes. flirt.
Well, I like to rise early and watch the sunrise.
With your husband, I'm sure.
No, I'm currently unentangled.
Such a view should be shared with at least a lover.
Do you deem yourself fit for this position?
Indubitably. But do go on. How do you like your tea?
Hot, with just a splash of milk.
No sugar, of course.
No sugar.
It rots the teeth. Your smile is as dazzling as the Himalayan snow.
Oh, James.
And finally, what makes you happy?
Spending time with my father.
I should like to meet him.
Perhaps you will. And you, James? I propose the same queries to you.
All in good time. My truths will surround you in good time.
Yeah, he's not suspicious.
Do you recognize this journal?
A place to keep one's thoughts and reflect.
Is it yours?
No, my dear.
What do you make of this stone?
It looks antique. You might want to keep a hold of it.
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
I'm just gonna show this stone to you from like 10 feet away.
He's a little more handsome than your average.
Okay. All right then. Okay. Lady's here. Father isn't here. For needing to attend things at the church, he's just like not present. I hear you, pupper. Okay, we were already here. It's Arthur's mother. Review on the moors. Oh, why don't we go to Mr. Shoulder's house? Or see if anything has changed with the Devil's Toe. Nope.
They are dry. Mr. Shoulder must have dropped the matching glove. What was he doing in the alley? It was rather rude of him not to come inside and see me. It's dry. No sign of any movement. Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Probably because he did. Okay, that's the way to where one of our quests will lead us, so... Let's see how, Okay, he's not here.
Mr. Long mustn't be in.
Okay.
I've already taken my crate.
Didn't know if I could peek in and see something else. You never know. It's a point and click. Anything can happen. That is kind of the awesome thing about point and clicks I found since I started playing them. Like, pretty much anything can happen. Okay. Making sure there was like nobody here. Oh, Arthur's gone now. Okay. Let's go see Mother Mildred, I guess. Oh, okay. Ah, nice.
Thomasina, dear, come say goodbye to your father. Come on now, don't make him wait.
I don't want to. Aren't you going to miss me?
I hate you, Daddy.
Oh, those are strong words for such a little lady.
I want to come with you.
We've been through this, little bird. You can't come with me this time, but we'll go to Seaborough next month. I promise. Oh, what a dig that shall be.
I hate you.
Well, I love you. See you soon, little bird.
Was that before he went to Hobbs Barrow? Good squirrel.
I shan't be visiting the badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
Yeah, no shit. Okay. They love these random kind of unnerving close-ups. It does set me on edge, too, so it's very successful.
The cottage is nestled cosily in the woods.
Someone else?
They look somewhat like juniper berries. It's the old woman I saw at Bewley Station.
That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't she the woman at Bewley? Pondering the tiny orb.
Please, forgive my intrusion. Are you Mother Mildred?
Some call me that. I prefer Mildred Walker, given as that's my name.
Apologies. Thomasina Bateman. I think we met at Bewley Station.
I take it Panswick's men have cleared off. Good riddance. Those ruffians would cut their own noses off if he asked them to. I recognised you the moment I laid eyes on you at the station.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, yeah, it's quite a striking family resemblance. You have your father's eyes, Miss Bateman.
You knew my father?
Such piercing blue eyes he had. What a handsome young man. William.
He was here, in Bewley.
Oh, yes. A long time ago, mind. 25 years by my reckoning. But I'll never forget those eyes.
Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. I muted myself. I just got an achievement, a family connection. Did you not listen to the little gremlin golem man in your dream? That was not a dream. Also, that was absolutely his fucking journal.
Do you know Lord Panswick?
I know his labourers make a mess of these woods, the brutes. The man himself hasn't graced me with his presence.
You've never met him?
Not since he were a wee lad. A maid brought him to me with a sore stomach. It were all the rich food they were feeding him, nowt more.
Can you tell me anything about Leonard Shoulder?
I know of him, as is the nature of such a small town. I also know he invited you here.
Little escapes you, Miss Walker.
So they say. My path rarely crosses with his, let's put it that way. But he's a nice enough fellow.
I see.
Hi, Ian. Welcome, welcome.
Why was my father in Bewley?
He were helping Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow.
You must be jesting.
Do I look like I'm jesting?
What can you tell me about the excavation?
Well, not much. I only met your father twice. The last time he asked me if I knew anything about binding magic.
Binding magic.
He said he needed it for the excavation.
Hogwash. My father is a man of logic and reason. Why would he be asking about such nonsense?
Perhaps you don't know him as well as you think you do. Anyway, I know nothing of magic and told him so. He seemed disappointed. I never saw him again, but I understand the excavation went ahead. Samuel Bryden hanged himself not long after. Reason enough for you to stay well clear of that place.
Okay, good. We do get to talk about the goblin.
You never saw my father again after the excavation?
No, I always assumed he just went home.
Who excavated Hobbs Barrow alongside Samuel Bryden and my father?
From memory, it were just the two of them.
Mr. Bryden mentioned 3 people. Yeah.
Charles Bryden mentioned there was a third man involved in the excavation.
Is that so? Well, you best ask him about it. He knows more than I do.
He doesn't really remember.
What do you think my father meant by binding magic?
I've no idea. He didn't explain more, and I didn't wish to pry.
This just doesn't sound like my father at all.
You'll have to ask him yourself.
I'm afraid my father has been incapacitated since I was a child. He cannot speak nor move.
Terrible. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. He's doing just fine.
As far as you know, he's kind of in a I have no mouth and I must scream situation.
The landlord of the Plough and Furrow told me about a folk tale associated with Hobbs Barrow. Something about a goblin. Are you familiar with it?
No doubt there is such a tale. Name any beastie you can think of, and someone round here will have a story about it.
My thoughts precisely. How did you come to meet my father?
One might say I have a reputation in these parts.
It's a
Folks
witch.
from all around come to me for help with their ailments. Hernwood is abundant with flora that, if mixed correctly, will cure almost any ill. Your father must have caught wind of this, as one day he came to me, asking for a cure.
A cure for what?
Your mother were with child, and she was suffering the most terrible nausea.
Adam.
I made something to help her.
The journal. This
Yeah.
was entered in the journal. It
Yeah.
belongs to my father.
Yeah.
Journal.
Fucking. Thank you, Thomasina.
Take a look at this. A passage recalls meeting a local wise woman to seek a tincture for his beloved's nausea gravidarum.
Aye, that's me. I made the tincture for him.
Horse cross the finish line.
This is incredible.
You
what
don't
I was thinking.
recognise your own father's handwriting.
It's been so many years since I've seen it. What do you make of this stone?
I-A-W. I haven't a clue. Perhaps it's an old folk trinket, or a talisman of some kind. The Moors are steeped in folklore.
Yes, they
Thank you
are.
for your help, Ms. Walker.
Can I go?
I shouldn't enter uninvited.
Oh, well. Alex. Okay. 1 or 2 to go. Investigate local folklore. Seek his mother Mildred, which I just did.
Miss
And
Bateman,
oh, okay.
Yes.
remember what I told you when we first
What?
met? You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
Why?
Something terrible happened to Samuel Bryden in that barrow. Whatever they found down there, I'd wager it got to your father too. Tell me you won't disturb Hobbs Barrow.
I can't make that promise, Mildred.
Can't say I didn't warn you. There is something unnatural about that place.
We must seek to understand the world by rational means, Ms. Walker. One cannot abandon reason.
Another memory? Yep.
Thomasina? Thomasina, come here this instant.
It's her
I'm
mom.
playing with Josephine.
She can wait. This is very important.
She's a little brat. My gosh. Like, I know kids will be kids, but like... Okay, sounds good.
I'll be back soon, Josephine.
Like, I know kids will be kids and, like, they can be kind of inherently bratty, but, like, from what I can tell with the estate, how her father dressed, how she dressed, she's very well off. The statue... She's very, very well off. Her education...
What is it, Mummy?
It's your father.
Daddy's home?
No, my dear. I must go to Bakewell with haste. Miss Bowes will look after you whilst I'm gone. Is that clear?
Where's Daddy?
He's had an accident.
What happened?
He's come off his horse.
Silly Daddy. Will he be all right?
Of course he will be fine. Your father is as strong as an ox, but I need to go collect him, all right?
Can't I come too?
No, dear. Miss Bowes will look after you.
But I want to come.
Go pick up your dolls, then come inside, all right?
Yes, Mummy.
Oh, I feel bad for the mom. She's pregnant. Her husband's had an accident. It's terrible. She has to lie to her daughter who's too young to understand it.
Josephine, it's time to go inside now. Where did Mummy go?
I wonder why they kind of went no contact. She said it's like her mom almost blames her. But I wonder what led to that. Like what leads her to that idea. Or that conclusion. We'll probably get more in a flashback.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
Yep. Arthur?
He is staring intently into the woods. Arthur, you won't believe it. The journal belongs to my father. He was here in Bewley. Arthur? Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to remember something.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Something in the woods. It'll come back to me.
Oh,
You say your father were in Bewley?
get him out.
Yes! Mildred said that he helped Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow 25 years ago.
Well, I'll be. Let's talk about it tonight at the plough.
Arthur, I must tell you about the dream I had. I was at Hobbs Barrow and there was a creature. It told me it saved my father from something inside and that I would find proof of this in the morning. Sure enough, when I awoke, the journal was in my room. Mildred confirmed the journal belonged to my father. The creature told me it could help my father again. I mean, it was merely a dream. I don't know what to think anymore. Arthur? Arthur, are you listening? Fine then, we'll talk later. I hope you piece together your memories. I'll leave him be for now. He is staring into...
Yeah, I don't like that. Because this is where we first found Father Roach when he threw up. And we had to bloodlet. Is James still at the brick? Painting? Yep. Well, actually, is there any new line of dialogue while he's there?
Good day, James.
My dear.
How is your painting coming along?
Quite well, but it needs more work. I'm aching to show you, but I must restrain myself.
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
Okay, let's see if anything has changed in town. Oh,
Good day.
Mr. Crozier's here.
Hey up.
I'm having some trouble extricating a knife from a table in the plough and furrow. Might I borrow a pair of pliers?
A knife, you say? I can get that out for you.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Crozier.
Think nothing of it. Wait here.
We'll get a knife.
That were a struggle. Here you are.
Thank you so much.
Acquired knife.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye? Why are you showing me?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
What?
Have you gone daft? Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
What do you make of this stone?
Don't look like out to me.
I found out my father visited Bewley 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were you here for?
That's what I intend to find out. Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some right stories. Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life. Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle. Can't say I've seen her myself, mind.
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
Apologies. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Okay, about the knife.
I should be careful. The blade is sharp.
Okay, so nothing on the handle, I guess.
The sign is in a
Yeah, it's the cobbler. Why don't we go ask him? You open?
No one here.
He did say the old cobbler, so he's probably deceased. Let's go tell Stanley that we know the journals are Dad's.
What do you know of Mother Mildred?
I'll tell you what I know about Mother Mildred. She wants locking up.
Whoa.
How so?
She owes me a small fortune on her tab from years ago.
Okay.
Do remind her next time you see her, won't you?
I'd rather not get involved, if you don't mind.
Be careful who you trust, Miss Bateman.
Who is Miss Tompkins?
A housemaid in the employ of Panswick Manor. She comes by to pick up his lordship's weekly paper.
I'm surprised newspapers are available in Bewley.
Aye, his lordship gets what he wants.
Lord Panswick likes to keep up with affairs from outside of Bewley.
Aye, he has many interests around the country.
What sort of interests?
His lordship's affairs are his own business.
I've had some rather unbelievable news, Stanley.
Oh? Remarkable.
Quite the coincidence, is it not?
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Do you recall my father from back then?
I'm afraid not. Those were my droving days, you see. I didn't spend much time in Bewley. But an interesting turn of events nonetheless.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Anybody else in here? Shouldn't be, but I just want to double check.
I don't need to use the filter.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure we can't go back to like the Satan seance in there, alright? Alright. Oh, Herbert.
It's Herbert, the local stray.
We have nothing to feed him. It's like, don't feed him, and I'm like, so we're feeding him, right? This is like Gremlins.
The road disappears.
Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go see Mr. Bryden. Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. Here you are. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
That's the guy from the first night. Yeah, tell the truth. Everybody knows.
That's my name.
How marvellous. It's me, Leonard Shoulder.
What?
Heavens! I'd given up on finding you.
Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
How
Lie.
dreadful. I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye, I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath. I've not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I were worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed, I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry. Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
Fine, Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvelous.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will
Yeah,
also
I'm
deny
sure.
delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this.
I've been bound to me bed, lass. What an extraordinary coincidence. You are following in your father's footsteps.
It would seem so, Mr. Shoulder.
Glove.
Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the Plough and Furrow on the night of my arrival. Were you there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several days, Miss Bateman.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you.
Something fucking weird about this. If he's not like a ghost or some shit like that.
Why did you invite me to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I were a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously, especially after those lads entered the barrow a while back.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
But why do you wish to excavate the barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there. My curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself. Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewley for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Are you sure you had no idea of my father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
Oh, I'm calling
I'm
bull.
starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
I'm none of the sort.
Yeah, you should. There's a reason this stream is called Hogwash. Like, trust me. The amount of time she said it.
What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Oh, it were 25 years ago, or thereabout. Back then, Bewley were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bryden hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew. Folks started to believe the ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry, a panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed. These things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobbs Barrow. It were long said that a goblin made his home there. A rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself. The villagers believed that ridding the barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
Whether it were his intent to join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bryden and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick. the crops started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewley were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did. As far as the villages are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
And it's also why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
Except for you.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
Not at all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bryden on the excavation?
I'm afraid I don't know. Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time. The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for me liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobbs Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewley has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds, where the flesh meets the spirit world. Just superstition, of course, as you well know.
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles. Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Saxnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote, that Saxnot entered Bewley and ordered a pair of boots to be made by the cobbler. However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
I had a peculiar dream last night. I met a creature at Hobbs Barrow. I suppose you might say it was a goblin. It told me it had saved my father from trouble inside Hobbs Barrow. I'll admit the coincidence of this is somewhat astounding.
A remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer indeed.
Mr. Shoulder, you invited me here, to a town I'd never heard of, only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
No!
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
I feel like I'm the Nick Cage meme where it's got like him doing a crazy face and he's like, you don't say.
This is my father's journal.
Incredible.
You are my son.
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss
He's
Babe.
the goblin? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, as soon as I saw you were my son, in my head, I was like, and the one true king. So thank you, Cassie. He's the goblin is an interesting take. I'm thinking he might be the third person on the excavation, because no one seems to know who that is. But it could also be both. Like the quote unquote, like the goblin joined, well, not like the quote unquote, but like, you know, like the goblin joined and went with them to kind of control what was going on. He absolutely invited her here knowing her father did the excavation 25 years before. Like, there's no doubt about that. If he's not in that fresh fucking grave, I'm wondering who is, because it's unmarked.
I've managed to find Hobbs Barrow, but Mr. Bryden is yet to give me permission to excavate.
Is that so? Keep trying. You'll relent eventually.
Perhaps you could have a word with him.
Oh, no. A lovely young lass such as yourself has a better chance of changing his mind than a shaky old goat like me.
You told me in your letter there would be no issue gaining access to the barrow.
I didn't foresee any when I wrote to you. I'm sorry this has been more complicated than anticipated. Don't give up yet, Miss Bateman. Keep trying with Mr. Bryden.
What do you make of this strange stone?
The carving of a cockerel?
Yes, it was strapped to my father's journal. Do you think it could have something to do with the previous excavation?
Possibly, though I'm not aware of the motif having any meaning around these parts. We're peas of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories. It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And a chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
Either way, there's something up with him for sure.
I was starting to wonder if Mr. Shoulder even existed.
Achievement unlocked, the mystery man revealed. I do like that theory that you proposed, Katie, that he's the goblin.
The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening.
Yeah, no shit.
It was after that first conversation with Leonard Shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature. What if my dream wasn't just a dream? What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father? Good day, little one. Hello? What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string. My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm.
Maybe she doesn't know English. Remember, Father Roach called her like a quote-unquote like a wild child or something, or a feral child. It could be she was raised in the wilds and like on the moors and she just doesn't know how to speak English.
What are you doing out here all alone on the moors? Do you live here? Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes? Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her. If memories of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair coated in a waxy resin. The strings don't vibrate without it. The bow is lacking string.
Okay, animal hair and waxy resin. What did we lose to get that knife? Or to get the knife over here, because the knife we had to click over for it. Okay, the laundry's taken down.
Mr. Shoulder told me he'd be at the Plough and Furrow.
He's got that crescent moon on his door, and remember, in the journal, there is that drawing of the two snakes approaching a crescent. When the sun and the two moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. Okay.
Mummy?
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
It's her father's stuff, I'm sure.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
Okay.
Good day, Mr. Bryden.
Miss?
I'll
stop you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh.
Yes. Can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
The answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But...
That's enough now. You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
I mean, I don't really blame him. And I mean, like, I don't blame Thomasina for being so driven either, especially if this is what put her father in, like, this state of being unable to move and unable to speak. And there's even the idea that he could be, cured, quote unquote, you know, or helped. But I really, like, I don't blame Samuel for being like, get out.
What a wild-looking thing. Easy, girl. I'm not fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems particularly disagreeable.
No questions. I'm not interested. Off with you.
Look, Mr. Bryden, my father's journal. It confirms he was with your brother during the excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
Ha! Take that away from me. I'll be having none of that.
What do you make of this stone, Mr. Bryden? It was strapped to my father's journal.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. By God. Wait here a moment. I need to get something from inside.
I waited for what felt like an age. I now realise that Mr. Bryden must have been in a great debate with himself, wondering whether or not to share his own piece of the mystery with me. The goat stared at me, seemingly in pity, as I stood there in that rolling fog. Finally, Mr. Bryden emerged.
Now then, as far as I know, what I have here is the only thing that Samuel brought back from Barra. Take a look.
Has.
Incredible! A pear!
That's been in my drawer ever since Samuel passed. I suppose it might be important, so I kept it safe. Fate is clearly playing a part in your arrival, lass.
Please, Mr. Bryden, allow me to excavate Hobbs Barrow, a place that is no more than dirt and stone.
You're not gonna give up, are you, lass?
I'm not.
Samuel managed to say one thing about those men that helped him. I think it's time I tell you.
Yes?
He stuttered out that one of those fellows could barely walk after they got out of there. Tongue-tied too, the man were.
My father.
You what?
My father. He had an accident around 25 years ago that left him bedbound and unable to talk.
Aye, could be him.
My mother told me it happened in a horse riding accident.
Samuel boarded up that barra for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Mr. Bryden, we must rely on our rational faculties to explain any...
Promise me you'll be careful. Any sign of trouble, leave without hesitation and we board that accursed place up again. Understood?
Wait, you're giving me permission to excavate?
Aye. Against me better judgment. I don't have the energy to stop you, lass.
Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Don't make me regret my decision. Take Samuel's stone.
Are you sure?
Aye. Give it back to me when you're finished, though.
I promise. Thank you. I'll be sure to show you my discoveries, Mr. Bryden.
I'd rather you don't. Now then, I've got things to get on with.
I don't suppose you can spare any labour to help me with the dig?
Don't push your luck, lass.
Yeah, for God's sake!
Market's on today. Plenty of able-bodied men about. Ta-ra now.
Permission granted.
And like
He's
that,
been through enough.
I finally had permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow. As exciting as that was, I was distracted by what Mr. Bryden said of his brother's associate. There was no doubt in my mind that father was the stricken man he spoke of. You told me he was crippled after coming off his horse.
What else was she supposed to tell a child?
Why did you lie to me?
What? What else are you supposed to tell a child?
To protect me, to stop me from following in his footsteps.
No, if she'd wanted to do that, she would have told you the truth.
You failed, and so did Charles Bryden. He should have said no. He should have never given me that stone.
I love how she is placing the blame on literally everyone else. Like, it was innocent little Jane who led me to this. Mr. Bryden should have never let me do this. Like, Jesus Christ, Thomasina. Like, I don't mean to keep harping on her, but like, she's so unlikable.
Someone has carved the letters AR into the stone.
Like, proper British lady. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I've seen proper British women written where I like them quite a bit.
Finally, we shall excavate tomorrow. Though first, I need to find some workmen to assist me. Finally.
Okay. I was right and left clicking, but it's the same. And it's not that Thomasina isn't written well either. I do think she's written well. It's just, I just don't like her personality. Oh, hello.
Hello, Miss Tompkins.
Hello.
We weren't introduced earlier. My name is Thomasina.
Ma'am?
How do you fare, Miss Tompkins?
I'm waiting for Mr. Ambrose. Have you seen him?
Who's that?
The milkman. Miss Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
I'm afraid I haven't seen him. You are in the employ of Lord Panswick?
Aye. He employs Arthur Bewley in one way or another.
I'm in need of some help for my excavation. Do you think his lordship could lend me some of his labourers?
Maybe.
Might you introduce me to him?
Sorry, ma'am, but his lordship doesn't take visitors. Any road, I must wait here for Mr. Ambrose. Miss Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
If Mr. Ambrose doesn't turn up, and I find you some milk, would you be able to introduce me to Lord Panswick?
His lordship really doesn't like visitors, ma'am.
I'll take the risk.
Miss Fenchurch will be cross with me. But she'll be even crosser if I come back without fresh milk.
So, do we have a deal?
Aye. Bring me some milk, and I'll take you to his lordship.
Thank you.
But hopefully Mr. Ambrose will arrive soon.
Have you been waiting long for Mr. Ambrose?
Aye. He should have been here a good 2 hours ago. He's here every market day, you see. He sells only the freshest milk. Miss Fenchurch swears by it. I hope misfortune hasn't befallen him on his way here.
I'm sure he will turn up.
Oh, I hope so.
Who is Miss Fenchurch?
His lordship's housekeeper.
Are you familiar with Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
Never mind. What do you make of these stones?
Oh, gives me the creeps.
Why?
Dunno, just a feeling.
I'll let you know if I find some fresh milk.
Thank you, ma'am. But tell me if you see Mr. Ambrose, won't you?
I will.
Can I interest you in a pie? Finest mutton in all the county. 2p each.
No, thank you.
You're missing out.
He doesn't have any money.
Good day.
Freshly picked apples, miss.
Okay, that's their dad, Wally.
Would you like to try one on the house like?
Jane. It's definitely not made of human. Fucking Sweeney Todd up in that.
Yes, please.
Here you are, miss.
The apple looks somewhat rotten. It's riddled with holes.
Mutton pies!
A jolly-looking fellow. He'd make a fine snake oil salesman.
Exactly, yes.
A decent selection of cuts and sausages. I'm not hungry. Good day.
Fresh produce.
Do you have any milk for sale?
Not today, sorry.
What have you got for sale?
I'm selling meat, vegetables, and all sorts of herbs and things. You're welcome to have a gander.
I'll be sure to browse. Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
She looks rather grumpy.
Yeah, it's the same one from the Plow and Furrow. There's that guy. I guess they're just walking around. Oh, no.
Joe, perhaps you've had enough sugar?
Don't you start an all.
Hello.
Oh, aye, she's back again. Can't a man drink his tea in peace? There's nought for you here, lass.
Horrible man. How many more sugar cubes is he going to add to his tea? He'll have no teeth left by the end of the day. How many more sugar? He'll have... The enigmatic Mr. Leonard Shoulder. He looks somewhat frail.
You found old Leonard, I see.
Yes, finally. Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
No, I can't say it does.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
Sorry, lass. I've none at all.
Never mind. Goodbye.
See you soon.
He appears to be lost in deep thought. Hello there.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Are you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
What do you make of Bewley?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see. Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
Every female character in this sounds like Helena Bonham Carter to me. Is priest? Try a little priest.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
What else can you tell me about this Sax Knot?
Try not to worry yourself too much with these old stories. Leave those to the locals, Miss Bateman.
Have others spoken of goblins appearing in their dreams?
A dream is a dream, that is all. They merely make for good stories.
I know.
But to answer your question, no, not to my knowledge.
Mr. Bryden has given me permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Marvellous! I'm sorry you've had to sort all this out in my absence. When do we start?
Tomorrow, I hope. But first I need to recruit some locals to assist with the dig. It's too much work for me to do on my own.
I see. Bewley has its fair share of strapping young lads. You'll find assistance, Miss Bateman.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sure the locals have filled you in already, lass.
You cut quite the mysterious figure.
Yeah.
Most had little to say.
It's true. I do tend to keep my head down. When one gets to my age, one grows very comfortable in one's home. I like the isolation of the moors. I wouldn't change it for anything.
I take it you don't get many visitors.
Oh no, nobody bothers me. That's the perk of living so far out, huh? Just me and me hens. I used to come into Bewley more often, back before my health went to bugger, eh?
What do you think of Bewley?
Whilst one could consider the villagers to be rather unenlightened, this place has its charm. The market's in town today. You can see that folk want fun out here.
I know where I can find a Scotch egg, that's for certain.
Do treat yourself to one. You'll not taste better.
Oh, okay.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the nature of your ongoing illness?
Oh, just the ravages of age. Getting off this bench will be a small battle in itself. Something you won't need to worry about for many a year, Miss Bateman.
Growing old is a blessing and a curse. And what of your recent fever?
An ordeal it were. So much tossing and turning. But I'm right as rain now, especially after a mug of ale. Don't worry about me.
Oh, the glove. We gave him the glove. That's right. I was like, oh, we gave him the glove. That's what put the knife farther up. I love Scotch eggs. I've never had Scotch eggs, I don't think.
What do you think of Charles Bryden?
He is a decent man. It must have been hard for him after that terrible business with his brother.
Without a doubt. I must say I had assumed you had at least spoken to him about my visit.
Sorry, lass. I had no intention of giving you the runaround. Again, I can only apologise.
What do you make of Mildred Walker?
Who?
I believe she's also known as Mother Mildred.
Oh, we used to get about when we were children. Our paths have not crossed in a long while.
It's like a broiled egg surrounded by meat, surrounded by breadcrumbs. So good. Huh. I would actually try that. I'm not like a big egg person, to be honest, unless it's like an omelet or scrambled. But I would actually give that a shot.
What do you make of Lord Panswick?
His lordship is an important man in Bewley, as I'm sure you have gathered. His family has commanded much respect here for many generations.
Do you respect him as a leader?
I do. He wants the best for the village. Without his influence, the railway line would have never come through here.
Does he want more visitors?
Aye, I believe so. He has great ambitions for Bewley and wants to share them with the world.
What are Lord Panswick's plans for Bewley?
He's rebuilding an old chapel on his estate. He seeks to bring God back to these lands.
But what of St. Edmunds? I think Father Roach might argue God has never left.
Indeed. Let's leave such arguments to them, shall we?
Is there anything else I should know about Hobbs Barrow, Mr. Shoulder?
No, lass. I'm certain we will know a lot more about it by this time tomorrow.
I hope so. What else can you tell me about the previous excavation?
I think I covered it earlier, Miss Bateman. As you yourself said, it were a time of superstitious hysteria.
What was it like, living in that period of hysteria?
I kept to myself. It didn't really affect me. My hens stayed healthy and their eggs kept me well fed. If one can keep a level head in such situations, one can get by.
Indeed. Is there anything else I should be aware of before my own excavation? No other ghouls I should be worried about?
You know the answer to that. The corruption in that soil were all in the minds of men.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I guess let's go check on Arthur. I'm worried about him, to be honest. And something about an animal. Like, I need to find animal and wax.
Fresh Scotch eggs!
I'm wondering where Jane is. She was supposed to be with her dad. Okay, he's gone. You do a lurk? Hello. Fox. Right, can I follow it? I can. Oh, wait.
The resin has set somewhat. It's firmly gripped to the stump.
Oh. Rather need to stretch. Oh, which I needed. Oh, a bunch of things just cracked. Thank you.
I've collected some waxy resin.
Okay, that's what I thought we needed it for. So I need anything with animals?
The apple looks somewhat rotten. It's riddled with holes. The bow is lacking string.
Right, the string was like something with animals. Scotch eggs are great. You often have them on holidays. Oh, interesting. What about you, Katie? Have you ever had them?
Hello again.
Yes?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
No, sorry.
Not to worry. Just farewell.
Walk out to the old lady in the woods. Like, do you have any milk? Nothing else, Thomasina? Really? Where is Arthur? I'm concerned. Okay, James is gone. Nope, there's something we need to try though. Okay.
It's locked.
Yeah, I would actually give them a try. I'm not a big egg person, but I would absolutely give them a try. Maybe he's at his mom's bench? Nope.
I can't take this.
I don't want you to take the sign. I want you to walk. Okay. I think of like where I've seen. I wonder if we can go the opposite way on the moors, because that's a way into town. Hello, sir. Sorry. Anyone doing anything sketch in the? Oh, horsey.
A fine specimen. She's well looked after. Horsehair would make fine bowstring.
Aha. Yeah, good way to get kicked.
She almost took my head off. The apple looks so...
I'm gonna give
Hey girl, would you like an apple?
her the rotten apple. Yeah, I know. Thomasina is not
She
the
is
brightest.
completely indifferent. Perhaps the apple is too spoiled for her liking.
You walked behind her, you plebeian.
I don't wish to lose an eye. I'll have to gain her trust.
Well... She doesn't want the apple. Can I take some of your sugar?
A heap of glistening sugar cubes. How many more sugar cubes? You'll have no...
Hands off me, sugar!
I think this is supposed to be for all the patrons, sir.
I said hands off!
Come on, Joe. Be nice to our visitors.
Ha! This place has gone to buggery.
Aha, sugar cube. Keep contact as you walk to her hindquarters. Kazi, the horse expert. The horse whisperer. Yeah, take the sugar.
Here you go. Eat this. Good girl. Hopefully that's gained some trust between us. I can't rip the hair from her tail with my bare hands. I can't rip...
Oh, knife? Hang on. I'm gonna save just in case this game decides to get randomly brutal. Like, for no reason. I once had a horse beg me for a bottle of Fanta. Okay, just cut the hair.
I've managed to cut off a few lengthy strands.
Okay. I was a little concerned. Just because it said use with horse, I was like,
There we are. This should make sufficient bowstring now.
Use knife. Yeah, exactly. Use knife on horse. What could go wrong? Exactly. I was like, that's why I saved. Just in case, like, it decided to get randomly brutal, like, you idiot. To be fair, Cloak and Dagger has never really done that, but... just, you know.
I've done it. The bowstring seems to hold on sufficiently.
Don't want to underestimate, how point and click can go. Wait, Herbert, can I feed you the rotten apple?
I don't wish to wake him up.
Oh,
Hey.
what? No, she doesn't want the apple.
She is completely in...
Yeah, the apple is too spoiled. It's riddled with holes. Okay.
The road disappears over...
Oh, okay. Okay, so... I guess we're looking for the milkman. And not actual milk. But, we did fix or solve one puzzle. So let's go give that fiddle string back to the girl. She ran off towards Leonard's. Aha! Hello.
Look what I have for you.
The apple is as spoiled as you are. Oh, nice. Ah, the goblin's daughter often plays the fiddle on top of the devil's cairn. That was awesome fiddle playing.
My head is spinning. What happened? Hello? Where did she go?
It was so rad she fainted.
The girl has left her fiddle behind. The girl left her fiddle behind. I'll take it with me in case I see her again.
Or in case...
I want to understand what just happened.
No, do Stairway to Heaven. The abandoned fiddle achievement unlocked. Or in case I run into the devil in the United States, specifically in Georgia. Okay, unironically though, I love that song. It's awesome. Okay, so that was a thing, I guess.
What a peculiar name. I can't quite...
Okay. Just keep looking at... That was so rad she fainted and now do Stairway to Heaven. Both are excellent. Did shit change while I was gone? Okay. Also, wonderful insult, Cassie. It's as spoiled as you are. Mother Mildred, do you want the sick fiddle?
I'm not sure they would be...
Oh, what a rotten apple.
I'm not sure they...
Actually...
There's nothing else...
Really? You don't want to ask about that girl?
Mutton pies!
Let's...
I'm not sure they would be interested.
Well, just to be like, hey, you gave me the apple you gave me was rotten as shit, but I guess not.
I have nothing else.
Really?
I can't think.
Really? Nobody has... Oh, he left with the sugar, but... You need a fiddle?
Hello there.
Yes?
Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her name.
That's an unusual name for a horse.
Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels wrong to change it.
Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
Kind of a metal name for a horse. Thistlecrack. Huh, okay. Well, let me sit here and think. Let me check my room? I don't bloody know, actually. And I'm not just saying bloody just because I'm playing a game with, British, people. When I was in customer service, I would often use, British slang as a way to avoid swearing in front of customers, and that's how I got away with it. Okay, but like, where did Arthur and the milk guy go? There's both of them. Did Mr. Crozier have new dialogue, I guess?
Good day.
Hey up.
Hey, oh, okay, he does.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Never heard of it. What is it?
Never mind. Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I'm a blacksmith, not a cattle farmer.
Damn it, Jim.
Quite. What do you make of these stones?
Don't look like out to me.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Sometimes you just gotta talk to everyone and exhaust every option.
Fresh Scotch eggs!
What are you doing over there?
The door has been boarded. I don't think anyone...
Ah, it is this point, which I usually get to in every point and click. Ah, poop.
Fresh and steamy. Delightful. I believe a horse to be the culprit. I certainly don't wish to touch it.
Yeah, we are now at the point where I'm like, well,
the road.
I'm stuck.
Nobody home.
Where are the kids? A little weird. Again, Jane should have been with her dad.
Sacks of apples and cabbages. They've all seen better days. Miss Tompkins looks more anxious every time I see her. He's selling an assortment of greasy meat pies and Scotch eggs.
Why wouldn't, the lady wait until market day to sell her famous cakes? You could get a lot more money for the parish. I mean, do I go out to Hobbs Barrow? That's a... possibility. Or at least head that way. I'm very likely doing a dumb here. Because this has been pretty pretty good about like telling me what to do. Like, I don't think it's gonna ever be like a Sierra game. On it?
Hey girl, would you like an apple? The grumpy thing isn't interested.
Well, do you want that apple? Don't call it grumpy.
Finally, though first,
Okay. I've been everywhere. I was just in the church, but I'll head back. There's like
no time for that.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go to the altar or the box pews. I'm sure she's gonna say they're locked.
They are still locked. The flowers have long since dried.
Okay.
It's locked.
So we gave the fiddle to supposedly the goblin's daughter, and she passed out. Yes, that's how you get to Mother Mildred's. And I went there like immediately after getting the fiddle. And then this is the way to... Let's have to give something to someone.
Mr. Shoulder told me. A carved stone. I think it depicts a crescent moon. It's bolted onto the...
We still have... Oh, for some reason I thought that was resin. We couldn't chisel it off. Make sure there's nothing.
No sign of it.
Yeah, make sure there's no movement. Yeah, so like he was here, he took down his laundry.
I've no desire.
Okay, so like the open quest we have. Explore Bewley and the surrounding area. I should be careful to leave no stone unturned, so to speak. Find workmen for my excavation. Find milk for Miss Tompkins. And we have 2 places we haven't been. So we went to the railway station. We've been to the village square. We went to the church. We went to Hernwood. We passed the Devil's Toe. We're at Mr. Shoulder's cottage. Mr. Bryden's farm. Is this like fast travel? Oh my lord, it's fast travel. Attention, Bewley stations to be closed for the time being due to track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. Okay, right click, you get the same thing. That's nice.
I can't think of any.
Really? What about the fiddle?
I don't wish to give that away.
Just like...
I don't think Stanley would be interested in that.
Hey Stanley, I got the knife.
Mr. Crozier is our King Arthur, it would seem.
I think I tried that with him, maybe?
I'm not sure they would be interested.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's a musician, the fiddle. But she said I'll hang on to it for the girl. So, who knows?
I've hung my dress aside from...
Yeah.
I've stored my cake
within a box. Can we pry open your drawers?
Jammed shut. The drawers don't open. I can't store anything.
I wasn't trying to store them, I was trying to get you to open it.
I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
Okay. Like, it's not just me, right? I'm not like missing anything obvious here. Yeah, I was thinking the knife too, but I'll go give it a shot. Just so, you know, I don't want to run like an idiot. And I'm like, Durr.
The drawers don't open.
No, she thinks you want to store it. You go talk to her again, and I'm like, I can't find any fucking milk. That, I mean, sometimes you just have to revisit.
Fresh Scotch eggs!
Hello.
Good day.
Do you have any milk for me, Mum?
Not yet, Miss Tompkins.
Oh dear.
No sign of Mr. Ambrose?
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
Perhaps you'd be more interested in a Scotch egg. Freshly made, just 1 penny each.
No, thank you.
I have no money.
Good day.
How did you like your apple?
I'm afraid it is rather rotten, sir.
Hey up. That's slander, that is. Don't you be going around telling folk I'm handing out rotten apples.
I can't think of anything else. I can't remove the plaque.
I didn't want you to wait.
A small plaque beside the...
Vicarage. And like, we don't see Cyril or the dude from yesterday who was being nice to us over next to the post. Maybe I show the stones to Mother Mildred. What am I doing? Stop walking.
I've already shown her.
What about his?
Good day. Do you know anything about this stone?
C-A-Z. I haven't a clue. Perhaps it's an old folk trinket, or a talisman of some kind.
I don't wish to give that away. I've already shown her. I'm not sure they would...
Knife.
I'm not sure they...
Okay. St. Edmund Church, Hernwood. The Devil's Toe. Maybe I chisel at it?
The Devil's Toe. What a peculiar name. I can't...
Okay.
I can't see how that will help me.
Well, I don't know either.
No, that won't achieve anything useful. No, that...
Yeah. To the musician? No, I didn't. Why do I keep doing that? I have a map now. I've realized I have fast travel.
I'm not sure they would...
Maybe... No, I need to go outside for the map. So the only thing that's changed so far is that the guy with the sugar has left. But interesting that we don't... Okay, we do have a...
Someone has carved the letters A. That's a peculiar idea.
Well, considering you don't know what you're doing.
That's a peculiar.
And I have to do it for you, Thomasina. We're not in a great situation here. Okay, let me just like sit back and think. Need to find workmen. I need to find the milkman. Okay, sorry, I'm like thinking. Okay. There's clickable things. I'm just thinking. Usually it's a lack of like clicking on something. Let me knock on the door first, see if it summons him. Mr. Bryden. It does.
What do you want?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
Oh, God damn it, Thomasina.
If you can get any milk out of old Eunice, you're welcome to it.
Oh, goat's
Eunice?
milk.
Me goat. Good luck.
I did not even think of that, to be perfectly honest. There's a bucket.
All right, we're doing this.
Whoa, what the fuck? I did indeed do it. Yeah, Christ.
I'm not sure what that was. I don't know what's happening to me. All this superstitious nonsense must be getting to my head.
I don't know, Thomasina. You've done like 20 things to invoke the wrath of the local superstitious stuff, so...
I'm not going near that thing again.
Okay, so we're not doing goat's milk, I guess. It was a thought, but now we have a bucket. Okay.
I should ask Mr. Bryden if...
Oh, okay. If that's what you want.
Well, did you get any milk out of her?
I tried, and failed miserably.
She's a temperamental beast.
Perhaps you could milk her for me?
Oh my god.
I'd like to help you, lass, but I've just had a flare-up in me joints. I've worked myself too hard this morning. I couldn't bend down to save myself.
Is there anything I can do to help?
My wife would say I'm beyond any help. I'm certain of that. But if you know of any remedies for aching joints, please send them my way.
Oh!
I'll see what I can do, Mr. Bryden.
Oh.
I'll go to rest for a while. Ta-ra now.
Oh. We know someone who knows remedies. Whoa, okay. I guess I was supposed to get this as we
Daddy,
were going.
I have something for you. I do hope you remember it. I've taken great care of it.
It's the urn she uncovered.
I'll fetch it for you now, all right? I have a surprise for Daddy.
I like seeing
Daddy, you must remember this.
teenage Thomasina.
The day that started it all. It's the red urn you buried in the garden for me. My first ever excavation. Where should I put it?
On the shelf here?
Mother took away all the knickknacks that used to sit on these shelves. The pot might look nicer a little closer to the light anyway.
Okay.
Perfect. It will catch the light from your lamp so nicely. There. I'm going to become a great barrow digger just like you. I hope the pot reminds you of those adventures we had together when I was a child, and how thankful I am for everything you've taught me. Now I must tell you about my visit to Pallinghurst. I found an arrowhead.
Okay, we were getting flashbacks. We've made progress.
Good day.
Yes?
Do you know of any remedies for aching joints?
You're too young to be suffering from this, surely.
It's for someone else, Mr. Bryden.
Yes. I know just the poultice.
Capital. May I have some?
Well, I don't have the ingredients, I'm afraid.
What do you need to make it?
It's a simple blend made of natural elements. Elderflower and flirtwort. I can make the poultice for you if you bring me these things. Then it just needs to be applied directly to the joints. That should ease his burden.
Thank you. Where can I find some flirtwort?
Flirtwort is not commonly found around Bewley. It's a perennial shrub that bears small white flowers. You might find some growing out on moors if you're lucky.
Thank you. Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
Okay, so we're looking for white flowers either way.
Farewell.
Okay, now we're gonna start walking places again. Who knows what has changed?
I shan't be visiting the badgers again.
Meet the badger?
I shan't be visiting.
Damn it. Like, how do I get rid of this fucking apple? Double check. Anything with white flowers? No. Out on the moors, which she hates to go to. Oh.
This looks like it might be elderflower. I'll take some.
Okay. Oh. Hello, Father.
Excuse me, Miss Bateman. I'm in something of a hurry. But while we're here, Mrs. Duplancy has told me you are making inquiries into my health. Please don't go alarming the woman, Miss Bateman. She has a lot on her hands. Doesn't need to worry about me on top of it all. My health is just fine. Speak no more of it to Mrs. Duplancy. Do I make myself clear?
I didn't wish to intrude upon private affairs. I won't do it again, Father Roach.
Excellent.
I did it for the achievement.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Which work is that quote from?
Romeo and Juliet. Oh, he's gone. It's locked.
Okay, so there has to be a way to get in there. Oh.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy.
If you're looking for Father Roach, he won't be back until tomorrow.
Where is Father Roach?
You might have noticed the good father has a green thumb. He's gone to visit his friend in the countryside to purchase some seedlings for his tower garden.
Where is Father Roach's tower garden?
Why, on top of St. Edmund's, of course. He's got a lovely collection of cuttings up there.
Oh, does
I'll have
he?
to ask him to show you.
It does sound rather pleasant. It's a shame he's not around.
Like flitwork?
Well, he does have a spare key for the tower door somewhere.
Do you know where Father Roach keeps his spare key?
No, that's his business. If I did know, I'd fetch it myself and take you up there.
Not to worry.
I do recall him saying he hid it outside somewhere. For safekeeping, like. Were it in the graveyard? Oh, I don't know. Best wait till he gets back, pet.
Oh. Hang on.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
I'll be back.
I may be a barrow digger.
Damn it!
William Pack Modest. William Pack Modest.
Okay. Well, either way it reads
Here
them.
lies Elizabeth Farnaby. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven.
Oof.
Joseph Davis. Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. Today she dances with angels.
So she'll read the epitaphs for people that she knows died.
Forever in light, Anne Kemp. John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence.
Get the exit, headstone. Okay. I thought I had an answer to a puzzle. I was like, just itching to dig up that unmarked grave, as you can tell. Anyway.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy. These box pews are most unusual. I've never seen any quite so tall.
We Bewley folk like our privacy. Many of the pews are owned by individual families.
Some might accuse you of hiding secrets.
Now, pet.
I jest.
At my age, it's hard to climb in and out of them. I'd rather stand.
What do you make of these stones?
They are not Christian. I'm certain of that.
I agree. Much older, I feel.
Older than Christianity? Oh, the youth of today.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I don't, pet.
Not to worry. I found out my father visited Bewley some 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
Bateman? William Bateman? I remember a William Baldwin. He were a right miserable sod.
My father was only in Bewley briefly, from what I understand. I'm trying to piece together what he was doing here.
You'll have to ask him. I don't recall anyone of that name.
My father took part in an excavation at Hobbs Barrow. Do you recall the excavation?
I concern myself only with matters related to the church. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Is that a village near Erdlow?
No, never mind. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
There were names here. So the way the father talked, that seemed very like almost like a threat or angry, or it was like a clue. There was a Romeo and Juliet reference when reading something. And it wasn't on the headstone, so let's check
In
out
memory
the
of
plaques.
Peter Black. In memory of George Paxton. In memory of William Ager.
Because I remember seeing that and being like,
In memory of Barnaby Tillett. In memory of Mabel Hurst. In memory of Percival Roach. In memory of Benjamin Garkham. In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet.
Here. Chisel?
I think I can chip away at this plaster. There's a key behind here. This has to be Father Roach's spare.
Again, she will steal whatever she wants. But no, she's too noble.
Capital.
It's 5 p.m.
Wild garlic, fennel, corn mint, borage. Quite the collection. A small label on the pot reads flirtwort. This is just what I need.
Sweet. Also, it's full of holes. I just had a weird idea about that apple.
I should put the key back. There. I hope that stays on.
You'll never know. Oh, thank you, Katie. But I want to try my idea really quick. So when we dug up that doll, fuck, where was the fairy circle? Right here. Yeah, there are still the worms.
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth.
Wow. You literally likened your assistant to a worm.
The worm has found a new home within the holes of the rotten apple.
Okay, I don't know what that accomplished, but it was a brainwave. Okay, let's go get the poultice from Mother Mildred. So we know where we have to go next time, at least. I can't believe we're doing this to help him just so he'll milk a goat. Like, are you kidding me? Girls, do it yourself.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Wonderful. Hand them over. No, this is not elderflower. It's cowbane. An easy mistake to make. The two look very similar.
Oh.
It's safe to eat, as long as you're not a cow. Very toxic to cattle.
Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflower, elder shrub.
Good day.
Okay, what about this at least?
I think I have.
Show me. Aye, that's flirtwort, all right. Let me know when you've found some elderflower.
Oh my gosh, I think I actually know. Market day, right?
The box is full of various sprouts and onions. Nothing particularly tempting.
Oh, there's Jane.
It's only thanks to Jane that I've gotten as far as I have in this enigmatic place. Hello, Jane.
Miss, watch me juggle.
Very impressive.
I can juggle even more apples.
Hello, Jane.
Miss.
Okay, she just juggles.
Very impressive.
I can.
But here is herbs.
This looks like elderflower to me. Good day.
Fresh produce.
Is that elderflower you're selling?
Aye, perfect for teas and tinctures.
Any good for sore joints?
Aye, penny a bunch.
I'm afraid I don't have any money.
Sorry, miss. Does it look like I'm running a charity?
Can we work something out? A trade, perhaps?
I deal in cash only, miss. No coin, no elderflower. What do you take me for?
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
Oh, this is evil. I think I know what we have to do.
I'm not sure they would be in.
No?
The box is full of various sprouts and... I can't just steal the elderflower. There must be another way of getting my hands on it.
Oi! Keep your grubby hands off me produce.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, do we, like...
I dare you to juggle an extra apple.
Easy. Yuck, a worm.
Okay, that's not nearly as evil as I thought it was.
I managed to swap them without her noticing.
Did you even unlock the swap? No, 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 no. Exit. Yep. Oh, I love that this is a fast travel.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Wonderful. Hand them over. There you go. Tell Mr. Bryden to apply this poultice to the area in question. It works wonders.
Thank you very much.
Hope no one was to feed their cow elderflower? Yeah. No kidding. Okay. I will save here as it is exactly 8 o'clock. I think I'm spelling this correct. No. Okay. Is it there? Just double check. Okay. Okay. So, that's gonna do it. Okay, we still haven't even gotten into day... Well, no, we're on day 2. And there are 3 days, so I don't know. We'll see if it gets linear or not, or if I'll end up doing it in between or shortly after investigations, or if I can actually end up finishing it next time. We'll see. Who knows? I'm sure we'll find out if there's a point of no return. But, yeah, sorry about the fumbling around there for a bit, but yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in here. A lot of interesting stuff, though. So... it seems I'm not correct that Leonard Shoulder was in that shallow grave, but he's still suspicious as fuck. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are still enjoying the excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Very interesting. I'm really enjoying, like, the creep factor, the uneasiness, the slow burn. I like that better than just, like, scares all the time. I do just kind of like creeping dread. So, both are good, but... I do appreciate just a good kind of like creep in your bones that stays with me longer. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it just as much. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one and take it easy.